Hey everyone, this is Shane from Direct Results Media. I wanted to do something today that was a little bit sort of from the heart, which goes against what most people are thinking about. Look, everyone's talking about Twitter, and I understand that it can be a tremendous marketing platform. You can tweet, you can retweet, you can do all this twittering and stuff, and you can get some leads, no doubt about it. It works for some people spend a lot of time doing it, and some people are making some money from it. On the whole, I recommend don't do it. The reason I say that is it's very time consuming, and there are other ways that we can generate leads. One thing I do think is interesting though is Michael Jackson passed away last 7 days. Terrible, sad. Feel for him, obviously a very talented guy, but what was very interesting, and from my perspective, being involved in the internet, was the way that news and the whole media thing is changing very, very quickly. See, it used to be, the papers or the TV show or TV programs used to generate the news, and that's where the news reports were breaking. But if you had a chance to tune into any of the news channels, they were on air going to websites to look to find what the latest news was, and quite often those websites are picking up the information from people that are actually on the ground, sending messages or sending Twitter messages or all this sort of stuff, which is cool. But the point of it is, sometimes that can come off the rails. And what happened there was all these reports were coming in about Michael Jackson. Twitter was failing, the actual site was failing because so much was happening. Google thought that it was under some sort of attack, automated attack. They had problems with their system, which is, pretty amazing. The other thing was, it's open for misinformation, and a very funny thing did happen, which we've got the video following this. Was someone actually sent through a bogus tweet about Jeff Goldblum passing away. That was then passed on to the media. The Today program here in Australia has picked it up. They've run it as a story. They did say it was unconfirmed, but the fact that it went to air is a bit silly. So my point is, it can be a useful platform if you use Twitter, what it's called, right? I've had a problem with it from day one because it is a labour-intensive tool. It's not an automated tool, although some people say that you can automate it, which is great. It has some good features. Twitter has some great features. You can actually go and search and jump into a conversation if it's related to what you do. You can look for a particular search term, bang, you can find all the people that are talking about it, jump in and make friends. Some people say, look, it is a great thing. They might have 30 or 40,000 followers, and they might be following all these other different people. And we've got a little document, which is just, the link will be below here, and it talks about how you set up Twitter, which is very easy to do. That's probably the easiest part about Twitter, is it's easy to set up. The hardest part is figuring out how and why you would want to use it. I think if you're a small business owner, it would take you at least an hour a day to sit there and tweet people. Have you got an hour a day to waste? No, I think not. There's different sort of stories, different opinions floating around about Twitter, but mine is, look, don't do it, because if you do it, you're committing yourself to at least an hour a day, jumping on there and tweeting people, and they're tweeting you back, and some of the information being passed around is rubbish anyhow, so why bother? So think about what you're doing, and the point of it is, you can put in a lot of time and effort, and you might have some followers, you might have this, but the day that you stop tweeting because you don't have the time, you're kind of dead in the water. The whole exercise is pointless to me. I think it's a bit of a fad. MySpace took off. MySpace was the thing. Facebook comes along and overtakes, MySpace to a degree. Everyone's talking about Facebook. The next generation is Twitter. Everyone's talking about Twitter. It'll be a matter of time before something else comes along. So really, think about what you're doing. If you want to use it in your marketing, you can do that. You can get leads. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't suggest you try and sell a product off it. We've played around with it. We've talked to other people that have tried that. Hasn't really worked that well for them. If you're a service type business, can work. You can find leads that way. I'd probably suggest the best way that if you want to go about it is to use Twitter to get people following your blog. That way, when you're sending information out from your blog, you've got an audience. And let's face it, if you do have something like 10,000 followers, really, are they going to read your message, or, are you going to read theirs? It's a bit of a nightmare. For me, it's a waste of time. like I said below, we've got a bit of a report on how to use Twitter if you choose to. Don't do it, but just in a sec, we'll put you through to the video, which I thought was just fascinating, and how the whole internet is just overwhelmingly taking over how we generate business, how we go about finding out our news, and how news is reported. Just the fact that someone who thought it'd be funny to put through a bogus message about Jeff Goldblum passing away in New Zealand, makes it through to national TV here in Australia, and then goes through to America as well. Anyway, does my head in. Twitter, don't do it. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.